We are so excited to have you as a part of the Special Needs Ministry at Daystar. It truly takes an amazing individual to work with people with special needs, and we are so thankful that you volunteered your time and talents in this ministry. Before getting started in this ministry, we wanted to give you some tips and tricks and general information to help you during your time as a volunteer. There are many types of needs within the special needs community. There are various disabilities, and not all look the same. We will have people coming through our doors that may have autism, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, or other varying intellectual disabilities. Not all of these may be visible, and even some with the same disability as a peer may have completely different needs. You may see people with behavioral needs, feeding needs, and even more than that. We will teach you how to address all of these things appropriately throughout this video. All of our children and students are made in God's perfect design and have many different abilities that should be celebrated. We encourage you to look for their abilities instead of their disabilities during their time with you. Children and students that come into this ministry could have bathroom or feeding needs. This will be discussed with the child's parents prior to them entering the room on Sunday mornings by one of our ministry leaders. Parents will be responsible for any bathroom or feeding needs of their children while they're at church. If these needs were to arise while the child is in our care, we will contact their parent. Children and students that come into this ministry could have behavioral or sensory needs. Sometimes students are sensitive to lights, loud noises, or different textures. We will have equipment within the room to address these needs as effectively as possible. Some of these things are noise-canceling headphones, fidgets, weighted blankets, or toys. In the event that these items do not help a situation or negative behavior occurs, we will use the following steps to de-escalate the behavior. Number 1 is to be empathetic and non-judgmental. When approaching the student or child, do so in a positive way. Do not judge or be dismissive of the feelings of the person in distress. Remember that the person's feelings are real, whether you think so or not, whether those feelings are justified or not. Respect those feelings and keep in mind that whatever the person is going through could be the most important event in their life at that moment. For example, you could say the following: "Hey friend, I see that you're upset. I want to be here for you right now, and I understand your feelings. Can I sit with you?" Number 2 is to respect personal space. Be aware of your position, posture, and proximity when interacting with a person in distress. Allowing personal space shows respect, keeps you safer, and tends to decrease a person's anxiety. If you must enter someone's personal space to provide care, explain what you're doing so that the person feels less confused and frightened. Number 3, use non-threatening nonverbals. The more a person is in distress, the less that they hear your words and the more that they react to your nonverbal communication or body language. Be mindful of your gestures, facial expressions, movements, and tone of voice. Keeping your tone and body language neutral will go a long way towards diffusing a situation. Number 4, keep your emotional brain in check. Remain calm, rational, and professional. While you can't control a person's behavior, how you respond to their behavior will have a direct effect on whether the situation escalates or diffuses. Positive thoughts like, "I can handle this," and "I know what to do," will help you maintain your own rationality and calm the person down. Number 5, focus on feelings. Facts are important, but how a person feels is the heart of the matter. Yet some people have trouble identifying how they feel about what is happening to them. Watch and listen carefully for the person's real message. Try saying something like, "That must be super scary." Supportive words like these will help the person know that you understand what is happening, and you may get a positive response. Number 6, ignore challenging questions. This is a hard one. Engaging with people who ask challenging questions is rarely productive. When a person challenges your authority, redirect their attention to the issue at hand. Ignore the challenge, but not the person. Bring their focus back to how you can work together to solve the problem. Number 7, set limits. As a person progresses through a crisis or an episode, give them respectful, simple, and reasonable limits. Offer concise and respectful choices and consequences. A person who is upset may not be able to focus on everything that you say. Be clear, speak simply, and offer the positive choice first. For example, would you like to go on a walk or eat a snack? When you show me how you can be calm, we can go for a walk. Number 8, choose wisely what you insist upon. It's important to be thoughtful in deciding which rules are negotiable and which are not. For example, if a person doesn't want to complete their work first thing in the morning, can you allow them to choose the time of day that feels best for them? If you can offer a person options and flexibility, you may be able to avoid unnecessary altercations. Number 9, allow silence for reflection. We've all experienced awkward silences. While it may seem counterintuitive to let moments of silence occur, sometimes it's the best choice. It can give a person a chance to reflect on what's happening and how they need to proceed. Silence can be a powerful communication tool. Number 10, allow time for decisions. When a person is upset, they may not be able to think clearly. Give them a few moments to think through what you've said. A person's stress rises when they feel rushed. Allowing time brings calm. If a person's behavior escalates to the point where they become a danger to themselves or others, your first step is to clear the room. This means the volunteers within the room will need to work together to get the other children out of the room. This protects other individuals, but also protects the person's privacy that's in distress. After the volunteers have cleared the room, a designated volunteer needs to immediately call the parent to inform them of what's happening. While we hope that these things will not happen with any of our children or students during their time with us, we must understand that these are real possibilities and prepare ourselves and other volunteers to work together to address these situations professionally and correctly. As a parent, I want to know everything that my child does, but the things that I want to hear the most is what my child did well that day. When communicating with parents, always be professional and start with something positive. For example, we loved having Johnny in our class today. He did so well at playing a game with his friends and loved getting to hear the Bible story. He didn't want to color today and got a bit upset during that time, but we were so proud that he calmed down quickly. Be sure to include everyone in the room to the best of your ability. Even if a student is unable to speak, still include them with the whole group lesson with their peers if at all possible. Everyone wants to feel included. We hope that these tips have been helpful for you as you begin your time as a volunteer with Through the Roof. Thank you for your willingness to volunteer in this ministry and working to remove barriers so that all children and students can experience the love and power of Jesus Christ.